the opportunity to meet you all. I think this is the first time that most of you see me. I've met a few people from here at IBC, but let me give you a quick picture of who I am and why I'm here. So I'm working in Canon at the headquarters in London. As you know, a year and a half ago, the broadcast division that used to be in Amsterdam moved to London, so therefore I joined the team a year ago. I come originally not from England, but from the south of France. So when I'm fed up with the rain in London, I know where to go. So yesterday I traveled from Italy to arrive in Tirana today. I'm very happy to be here. It's my first time, and I'm covering from a sales perspective all this region, all the Balkan region. So I visited already all this country, and I kept the best for the last, as we say. I'm also doing some business in the Baltic country with Finland, and I'm also responsible for all the marketing for broadcast across EMEA. So as you can imagine, I start to know a few airports now in Europe, but I've got my best colleague always with me, so always reachable. So here we are today. Canon. You know, it's what I do like about Canon is that they've been in the industry for 50 years, and they really have the expertise. In 1958, I think they introduced the first lens that was called the field zoom IF1 with a zoom range of 6.7, and it was the highest at the time. Now, 50 years ago, we have a wide portfolio of Canon lenses, from studio field lenses to ENG, remote control, pan tilt, and so on and so on. And what is great is that Canon, you know, in this industry, they are passionate about what they're doing, and they have very strong relationship with all our end users. We really have this strong relationship with our broadcaster, with our dealer, and this is great to work here and to be here today. All right, quick agenda. So I just wanted to go and review with you 2012. It's been a busy year for broadcaster, no one can deny, and therefore I also wanted to show you what's new from the Canon range, what we show at IBC and NAB this year. And finally, just to give you a quick update on our service and support. What are we doing, and good to know. All right. In addition, I brought today a demo unit of our new lenses, which is there, but I'll explain you more about this lens. So, 2012. That was more or less the agenda for the last 6 months. So we had an AB in April, then Euro 2012, then the Olympics in London, and then IBC. So what have we done? As you know, Canon was an official sponsor of UFA. So, you know, we worked with all the broadcasters over there and the crew with our equipment. This was a great event. There were also lots of photographers that we supported in this event. And our technical guys have been there in all the locations for the length of the game, supporting all our customers and repairing when needed. This famous summer game in London this year as well, very big event. About 65 of band, more than 1,200 Canon lenses over there. We've been working for all the months and a half in London, supporting all our broadcasters. So, you know, how we had a team of technical people that been working very hard. We calculated about 30,000 steps per day, working every day. So they were based in the OBS center, but helping on the field in case. They've been available 24/7 for 4 weeks and they managed more than 83 calls to look after, just quick fix or just any technical question that broadcaster had. We had about 700 broadcast lenses that have been used. We had some demo unit that we provide to our broadcaster when needed. So yeah, busy month. Then, straight after Olympics, IBC. So I don't know if some of you had the chance to go to the Canon stand, but that was the biggest ever, as you can see. We've also had some presentation. We've worked a lot with a customer to ask them to share their feedback. You know, they are using our product. What do they think? How do they work with our product? So yeah, that was a pretty good year. It's nearly December. So just to give you the picture, we are about 50 Canon staff across Europe that work on the broadcast. We work with about 200 dealers, and we have more than 1,000 customers. So with all this in mind, we are definitely ready for 2013, and I hope you too. What's new? So this is one of summary of our lineup, more or less. And this year, we launched all these products. So we launched a new ENG lenses. We launched 2 additional box lenses. We launched a panel system. And we launched a range of cinema lenses. So these are all 4 key products that I will present to you quickly. The premium standard HD TV lenses. So that's the one, HS17x6.2. Probably most of you are familiar with our HS17x7.6 or the HS14x4.3. This is the one in the middle that helps our broadcaster to enter this type of challenge. We know that today in the ENG industry, you need some versatility of the equipment. You know, camera operator need to get a shot quickly, and we needed to find an alternative and a solution for you in order to get quite good close-up with a wide angle, but also telephoto lenses. Of course, keeping the highest picture quality. And this is why we launched this this year. So as you can see, this is an addition to the new HD series that we already have. We have a zoom range, focal length range from 6.2 up to 210 with a 2-time extender. And this is where it's located then. You know, you can see the full series. So really, it provides you a good alternative if you need a 17-time magnification from a zoom perspective, but also a wide focal length. And it really helps in terms of mobility. You know, if you work in a very constrained environment, the minimum object distance is smaller than other lenses, only 0.4, and it really helps camera operator to shoot very close-up subjects. From an optical performance perspective, we've worked, as you can see, the difference between the 7.6 and the 6.2. So the wide range is really obvious, and we managed to minimize chromatic aberration across the entire screen when it's even very wide. So it's worth trying. We also worked on the digital drive unit. So we incorporate a miniature 16-bit so that help to be much more precise from a control perspective in regard with focus and zoom. And one thing that is important for the camera operator, we also reviewed the design of the drive unit. So, well, camera operator will tell better, but basically this is the width of this area is smaller. Therefore, the pressure that they are more comfortable with the camera. Basically, it's less tiring to have their hands on. So, you know, in a summary, this lens is a good lens for any kind of ENG job because it provides you the versatility and that you need. And we showed this at NAB, we showed it at IBC. It's been very popular so far on the market. And, you know, the best way, I think, to talk about this lens is to actually ask one of our, one end user. So, you know, we work with Nismix. He's an ENG camera operator, a freelancer. And we gave him the lens for him to test. And he just provide his feedback. And I wanted to share this with you. Because, you know, the voice of the customer is the voice of the customer. It's not online yet, but here we go. Okay. But you need the sound. Okay.
My name is Nick Smith, and I'm an ENG camera operator from London in the United Kingdom. I do a lot of work for CNN, Sky News, and Al Jazeera International. Recently, I've been able to work with Canon's new premium standard ENG lens.
Thank you.
My name is Nick Smith, and I'm an ENG camera operator from London in the United Kingdom. I do a lot of work for CNN, Sky News, and Al Jazeera International. Recently, I've been able to work with Canon's new premium standard ENG lens, the HJ17EX 6.2B. In this day and age of the rolling 24-hour news cycle, the pressure is on ENG camera operators to be able to pick up shots quickly and accurately whilst out in the field. Having a lens that is flexible enough to be able to be quite wide, yet also super tight, the telephoto end, is a major advantage. The thing I love about ENG shooting is that it can be completely random. For example, today we're here in Brighton filming paragliders. In terms of operability and comfort, I found this lens to be quite good over the last few weeks. A lot of this can be put down to the fact that the drive unit on the side here has been shaved down by around about 5 millimeters, meaning that when you hold it on the shoulder for prolonged periods of time, your elbow is physically brought in closer to the body, allowing you to hold the camera in a much more natural and comfortable position. Whilst capturing the picturesque landscapes here is quite easy, being able to see the pilot as they're gliding by can be tricky. But with the HJ17 times, we're able to get in and see the pilot's every little input. Let's talk about optics. The HJ17 times performed very admirably today, with all of our pictures remaining sharp and clear, regardless whether you're at the tele end or the wide angle end, and also regardless if you are stopped down or wide open. The drive unit on the HJ17 times is packed full of features which can be useful sometimes in news applications, but probably more geared towards your production level shoots. The shuttle button's quite useful. You press it in once and the lens will shoot all the way into its full telephoto length, allowing you to very quickly check your focus, then release the button, and the lens will shoot back to where the zoom was set prior. You can slow down your transitions between frames A and B to a total of 5 minutes, creating really beautiful effects for when you're shooting long time-lapse shots. This is the zoom speed controller, which in previous Canon models used to be underneath the drive unit. It's been shifted up next to the VTR record button. So for this interview, I've set up an A frame and a B frame within the lens drive unit here to make it easy to push in and pull out of this interview, so I can come out to reveal the whole parasail that's set up on the hill here. So with pressing of one button, the camera will automatically go in to its B frame like so, all the way in to show our interviewee and interviewer. And with the press of the other button, pulls out to a wide shot, revealing not only the two interview subjects, but also the sail on the hill. One thing that's very handy, especially on really long focus pulls, is that they've created a well here between the drive unit and the focus ring itself, so that if you've got large fingers like mine, and you're on an especially large pull, your fingers will naturally fall into this without hitting the drive unit like so, and causing an abrupt stop to your beautiful long focus pull. Also on the drive unit, the area around the VTR button has been slightly modified to include a larger grip around here for ease of access for your thumb, and larger auxiliary buttons, easier to find when you're not actually looking. So to summarise, the HJ17EX 6.2B is a great lens to have in your arsenal in the unpredictable world of television news. Being able to go wide angle and telephoto in one package is a huge advantage. And I know that if I stepped into any network in London and they happen to have one of these lenses on their kits, I know confidently that I'll be able to get the shots we need, no matter the situation.
Right, so I thought, I think it speaks for itself. And, you know, we have some demo units, and we really encourage you to try this lens, to see how it can fit in your proper workflow, and to get your own opinions. So that was it for the HS17 Type 6.2. I just wanted to give you a quick snapshot in regard with the new box lenses and field lenses. So as you know, last year we introduced the Digi Super 95, which is a replacement of the Digi Super 86, but we've also introduced two new box lenses, 76 time and 86 time. So, you know, the 95 time have been, again, quite popular in the industry and largely used in some major events, like tennis in France, or Tour de France in France as well. And this is the new generation, therefore. So, you know, as you can see, we replace our new, not our current lineup with this new generation. Similar technology, but just updated. We have, of course, two built-in extenders, a CIFS. It's ready for virtual configuration. It was introduced at IBC 2012, and with the IS inside. 76, again, similar. And this is, therefore, the lineup of our Digi Super. So, you know, we go for box lenses from 60 time to 100 time. Again, we have some demo units. We sold a few in Europe already. We have about 1,500 Canon box lenses on the field already in Europe, and more to come. Also, something that probably some of you are familiar with, the Digi Super 22, which is a small box lenses that can be used in studio and can be, you know, used with the hand. So, you know, this is what we say, designed to be used as a portable camera, because small enough, but still good enough from box lenses perspective. Then, pan-tilt system. So this is an area where Canon is currently, you know, increasing the number of solutions. So we launched at IBC the BU47H. So, you know, we had previously a 45H, a 46H, and 47H is the first full HD pan-tilt system, which feature much more, we have much more feature than the previous version. But really, the main advantage is, you know, this is now provided full HD quality. There is 1/3 CMOS sensor as an in-camcorder, much better pixel, auto function for focus, for iris, 80 time magnification zoom. And really, this is, if you position it on the market, you know, this, we had some pan-tilt system more for general surveillance and communication camera, but this BU47 is really dedicated for broadcast application. So, you know, imagine, some of our broadcasters have put this type of solution on their building to provide weather information or live landscape image. It can be used in stadium. It can be used in scenic spot shooting. So, you know there is a big market, and I know that more and more broadcasters are interesting to develop further solutions from this point of view. And finally, last but not least as well, cinema lenses. So it's a new market for Canon as well, but we've had the expertise with all our broadcast lenses, with all our EF lenses from the photo side. It was worth investing and develop a range of cinema lenses that we launched last year. So here are some of the action shots with our lens. We have a prime, we have top end. We have 3 different series, basically. So, the top-end zoom that are really targeted for a high-end movie production. We have the compact and lightweight zoom lens that I will show you, more dedicated for independent movie production or TV commercial, and a set of prime lenses. Here's the lineup. So, for the full large sensor, 30 super 35 millimeter sensor are becoming more and more popular in our industry. And this lens can support super 35 millimeter full frame sensor and can deliver 4K optical performance. So we have top end, 14.5 60 millimeters and a 30 to 300 millimeters. Model with both options, either PL mount, either EF mount. We also got the compact zoom lenses, so with a focal range of 15.5 47 and 30 to 105, and a range of prime lenses, so 24 millimeter, 50 millimeter, and 85 millimeters. So these can be very interesting for any kind of production that you're currently working on in the future. I think if you have any question for any of these products, I will encourage you to talk with Artan. We are constantly in contact. So, any question, please talk to him, and he will communicate it with me, and we can work together. Finally, service and support. So I don't know if you're aware of how Canon service and support work, but we have a very strong focus on this area because we really think that Canon want to work in partnership, and we are not just selling equipment, but we are very close to our customer in order to support the installation of the equipment, of the solution, but also to deliver training, to train the people, your people, in order to make sure that we optimize the usage of our equipment. We also do, of course, some maintenance and some support on-site and off-site. So, I mentioned it earlier with some of the big events, but we have 5 Canon offices and 9 other, like within dealer or within even broadcaster workshop that support all the EMEA country. So this is a strong point, because whatever happens, we can answer quickly and help you to repair. In terms of service call, also, our technical engineer, they are always on the phone, always with the mobile, always discussing direct with you, with the broadcaster. Of course, they do some event support. And the good thing is that, they have a direct contact with us, so we work very closely with them. The technical director is sitting in front of me in the office, but they also have a very strong relationship with Canon Inc., so in Japan. So, every question, every issue, every feedback you have, they can easily bring it back to Japan, where all our R&D department is. And they also have direct contact with the dealer and with Artan, and therefore with you. So, if you have any question, make the most of it, my advice. And finally, we have rebuilt our website. So, now for any kind of information you want to get, we got product page with all the technical spec, with some video case study. I really invite you to go have a look. I think if you have any question, we can do it during the lunch, because I'm sure everyone is hungry. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you later.